Hi, I'm Bjorn from Skeino. Welcome in my studio. I have a nice skein of yarn in my hand. It is our flame yarn. It is spun thick and thin, and you know this yarn already from our Cuddle poncho. That is the first piece in our little series. The second piece is our Cuddle sweater, and that's what I will introduce you to today. It is a very easy piece. It's cuff to cuff knitting, and what I will show to you is not knitting, believe it or not. It is just constructing. So all you need is a sweater you like, fits good, perfect fit, but you want to replace this with something nice. Here we go. Our Cuddle sweater is coming on now. As I told you, today is not a lot of knitting, but a lot of construction. And we need a calculator, we need a tape measure, we need your favorite sweater, and then we all set to construct your newest sweater from scratch. The pattern will give you all the directions you need, but this little video or tutorial will be very important to you. And I think we could start a little series with this one, because this cuff to cuff shape is so easy to do and you will love it. I'm 100% sure. So I cut out of paper my sweater, and it is double. So you have the front and the back, the sleeves, and your neck opening. And if you want, you also could do your neck opening as a V-neck. So this is really our playground where we can construct around our sweater. And I will show you now the measurements you need to make or to take from your sweater. It's knitted cuff to cuff. So you start here, you knit all the way across, and you end up on the other side of your sweater. Your first measurement is you need to take the distance around your wrist, loose or tight the way you want to, and you need to measure, and the best is you put a sweater on your bed or somewhere on a table and spread it out like this, so this would be half, and you take the measurements from your sweater. Nothing can be wrong. So you will measure your upper arm where the biggest measurements can be for your sleeve. So you have the cuff, the upper arm from the sleeve, and you need to measure from here down. So this would be a rectangle here on both sides. So this will be your sleeve. And when you cast on, you have the gauge from the pattern, but please take the yarn, do a swatch, and use your stitches. The number of stitches on 1 inch or 4 inches or 10 centimeter in square, and the rows, this is what you need. These are the number of stitches you cast on. That's so important. The number of rows, not at all, because you knit as long as you need it. So you cast on, then you need to, when you have the measurements from your upper arm, you need to find out how many stitches you need to increase from the cuff all the way up. Therefore, you have this diagonal here. So, and in most of the time, it is between 6 and 10 rows where you have to increase on each side 1 stitch. You can do it the first stitch from a row, that would be every other row, or you can do the last stitch of every row. Then you can, the best way is knit the front and the back, and then when you seam it together, the stitch you added will almost invisible. So you start knitting from the cuff up to the upper arm, and put this always on your sweater. Fold it in a half. You can do the needle here half and half, and then put it on your sweater, and you can see, is the upper arm wide enough and is the sleeve long enough. So you can decide how long the sleeve needs to be. In Germany we have a little cutesy, it says a 7/8 sleeve. You figure out what that is. So if you are here, then it's very easy. You need to measure from the pit all the way down to the bottom of your sweater. That is the distance of the length of your body from the pit down. That is the number of stitches you need to cast on. So you knit across the last row of your sleeve, cast on all the way down to the bottom of your sweater, go back all the way over the shoulder and cast on for the back. These are the very long row from the bottom on the front over the shoulder to the bottom of your back. You knit as long as you reach your neck opening here. So these are from here to here. That is the distance you need to knit all the way across, front and back. If you reach this point here, you need to divide your number of stitches in half. You put the back on hold and you just keep knitting with the front stitches. The pattern tells you how this little round neck is being done. You just decrease the number of stitches, it goes across, or when you want to have this as a V-neck, you just decrease equally. So you knit across the front, and when you have the center, then you do the whole thing the opposite way. You increase the stitches here for the round until you reach the neck opening. Then you put these stitches here on hold. Grab a new ball and knit the back from the neck opening all the way across to the other side of the neck opening. You can go all the way straight. There is no need to make it here a curve because our head sits in front of our body. So this is just straight. If you want, maybe one stitch on each side, but there is no need for it. So you knit across the back. And when you reach this point here on the neck, you connect and join the front stitches and the back stitches. And then you knit all the way across from the front over the shoulder to the back until you reach your sleeve. Therefore, you need to bind off the back and you need to bind off the front. It depends on which one where your yarn is. So you can bind off here, knit all the way across down here, and then you bind from the bottom up to here. What's left are the stitches for your sleeve, and the sleeve will be decreased to the cuff the same way than on the other side. So that's actually all. So again, let me repeat. Take a sweater you like, fits good, length is good, sleeves are good, take the measurements, do a swatch, take the calculator and do a little math, or maybe your math is right, cast on the stitches all the way up to the shoulder with increasing on both sides, and then the body and the sleeve on the other side. I promise you, you will have fun. It is really, really easy, and it's a fitting piece. You can take care of the width. You can, if you like it roomy or a little bit longer, then you just go by this. We offer for our kit, for our Cuddle sweater, 3 different sizes. Actually, are only 2. For sizes XS to M, you need 3 skeins of our Cuddle yarn, the flame yarn, which one is a double skein. So this is 200 gram or 7 ounces. For the sizes above medium up to X large, so it starts at large, X large, XX large, you need 4 skeins from the flame yarn. There's also an option to purchase a 1 single skein, just in case you need a little bit more on your width for the body above XXL, then you have an extra skein, and this will give you enough yarn. Or you want to have the sweater really long, then you need a little bit extra skein, so extra yarn, and therefore this is the option to buy just one skein. So option XS to medium with 3 skeins, and above medium starting at large you need 4 skein and eventually an extra skein. So this was it, and in the next part I will show you how to seam, because what you need to do is you seam just from the bottom up to the end of the sleeve or the opposite way, and that's all what you have to seam. And because this Cuddle yarn, this flame yarn with this thick and thin effect is so forgiving, I will show you how to seam from the right side up. So that will be my little other task I will show you. And then I will also show you the finished sweater, and I crocheted around the neck opening just 1 row. You can bring the neck opening together. Maybe it's a little bit too large, or you can knit also a little band in there. That's completely up to you if you have yarn left over, or maybe you like a turtleneck, so pick up the stitches all the way around your neck opening and knit as much as you want, and you have a really winter sweater. So see you for the next step. So I will show you now how I seamed it all together. So I opened the seam up for you so I can show you. So there is no really bulky seam. It is just easy, and this yarn is so bubbling and with the thick and thin spun, so it's easy. So this is what you do. I prefer to have like a cushion on my lap, and then I put the jacket on there, or the what I have to seam, and have maybe my legs a little up. So find a nice position and good light. That's always important. So what you do is just go in here from the center out, on the other side from the center out, and then you can really tie it a little tight. Always from the center outside, and pull it through into the other side, center out, and so you use the same yarn where you're knitting with. So there we go. Very simple. So it's like it's coming together like this instead of over another, or like this, so it's not making a bulky. And if you have the wrong color here, like here you see the stitches, just pull it a little tighter. It will disappear. I did maybe a bad job up there. So this is all what you need to know by seaming from the right side. So you see, you could turn the sweater up inside out and wear it the same way, because it is inside out the same. So let me do one more stitch here. So that's all, and then you stitch the end nicely in. So this would be nice. So I promised to show you my crochet edge here on the neckline. So here we go. So all the way around, just with a big crochet hook. And if the opening is too wide, you just hold it a little bit tighter together and crochet less stitches. So you also could do, as I said before, knit a band in here to be nice on the neck if you don't want it to have it so wide, or just do a turtleneck. So this is all up to you. It is a fun piece. Be creative, measure your sweater you like most, and follow the size you take from your old sweater, and you will have a new one, which one you like. And I think this will be a good new friend to you for the cold time of the year. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.